Welcome back. It's day 2 of Tibetan spiritual leader Dalai Lama's visit to Arunachal Pradesh, and the tension is still on between India and China. After India cleared its stance on Dalai Lama's visit, China has come down heavily on the country, issuing a statement. China said that India should be warned against taking necessary action to protect its territorial integrity, accusing India of being obstinate and disregarding China's concern, which will only escalate. Earlier today, Minister of State for Home Kiren Rijiju, in a stern warning to China, said that Beijing should refrain from interfering in India's internal affairs.
At the visit of His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama to Arunachal Pradesh is purely religious in nature, and there should be no political angle given to that. On the basis of the desire and the wishes and the appeal made by the thousands of devotees of His Holiness Dalai Lama, he is making this particular visit to Arunachal Pradesh, and he will be addressing, giving blessings to thousands of devotees in West Kameng district, Tawang district and at Itanagar.
I am longest guest of Indian government.
So what would you say?
Right from the beginning, when I reached Kansamani, the Indian government take full care about me.
Sir,
Among the Chinese, many, I think, love India. But some, the narrow-minded politicians, they have their own sort of certain view. So as I mentioned, they consider me as a demon. I don't think nobody considers me as a demon.
My colleague Anant Krishnan is joining us live from Beijing. Manogya Loiwal is also live with us from Tawang. But I want to go across to Anant first. Anant, the Indian government says it's not a political visit. Why hasn't that been enough to satisfy Beijing?
Argument saying that everyone was aware of what kind of a religious Dalai Lama was, the suggestion being that he also indulged in politics. So China describing India's statement as empty words, a rather strong reaction. And more than that, at 1:30 p.m. IST, China called in the Indian ambassador Vijay Gokhale and lodged a firm representation and saying that the Chinese Foreign Ministry as well describing India as being obstinate. So we have to wait and see what steps China takes following these warnings today and yesterday as well.
Anant, also as someone who has been observing this back and forth between India and China, especially on the issue of Arunachal for very long, does this surprise you, or is this just an effort by both countries every now and then to remind the world where they stand vis-a-vis Arunachal?
Well, Padmaja, the sense that this visit is slightly different from what happened in 2009, where, as you described quite accurately, there is this both sides putting out strong statements and a back and forth. But the Chinese are saying that this visit is very different, and they feel this has official sanction because at MOS home, Kiren Rijiju accompanied the Dalai Lama. In 2009 was a very low-profile visit. So the Chinese have this perception that this visit is something quite different, and they kind of see this as part of a pattern in terms of the recent strains in relations with the NSG, China preventing the sanctioning of Masood Azhar. So it's very apparent that it's another thorny sort of aspect to the relations that we saw in 2016. So indications that 2017 as well is going to be quite a testing time for the relationship.
All right, Anand, thanks very much for joining us. Let me quickly bring in Manogya as well, who in fact is at Bomdila. What do you see around you? Quite a turnout, I believe, across Arunachal. Everyone waiting to see Dalai Lama. It's almost a frenzy every time he goes to the state.
Well, absolutely. It's a new chapter added in the history of Arunachal Pradesh as well as the history of India and China. Despite stiff opposition from China, Dalai Lama visit has been a welcoming respite for the people of Arunachal Pradesh who've been waiting for him eagerly, and the response that he's been getting from the people is absolutely unbelievable and overwhelming. Thousands of people gathering on various streets and waiting for him, daring the weather, the rain, the sunshine, or whatever it is in their area, and that's the kind of feel and connect that people of Arunachal Pradesh have with Dalai Lama. So it's not just about being a religious sojourn, but also the fact that he has a connect with the people of Arunachal Pradesh, and that's the reason it's such a welcoming respite for everyone in the state. Despite the fact of stiff opposition from China, this of course would be a visit to wait and watch and see.
All right, Manuga, thanks very much for joining us.